Okay, so we've looked at the image, we've deconstructed that, and now I think we need to have a little look at some of the anchorage text, some of the verbal codes that are presented within this advert. So I'm sure you noticed when you first looked at this advert and when we've been looking at it today, is that there's a lot more text than we're used to seeing. A print advert in 2020 is likely to have less than 20-25 words on it. There's going to be a slogan, there's probably going to be a main heading, and there might be another couple of words, but unlikely actually. In this print advert, what's unusual and much more representative of the time is these kind of 2 or 3 paragraphs of writing at the bottom. Now we know that if someone's got to read something that you just glance at and glance away, you would have the time to be looking at the bottom. Let's have a little look at the anchorage there. The anchorage is given because it helps to explain. This anchorage goes directly with the image that we've just deconstructed. You'll notice that it starts with dialogue. That means it's supposed to be the woman in the picture speaking. So it's kind of this direct response from this, fictional woman that they've created that is supposed to represent them. So she says, "This'll shake you, mother," which means this will shake you up, this will surprise you. Fancy saying all washing powders were the same. You can't say that anymore, not after you've seen OMO brightness. Whites boiled with OMO are more than clean and white. They're bright, actually bright. So that's the dialogue from the woman in the advert. So they've created this character, and what we said about the picture and her excitement in the picture and her expression is reiterated, is reinforced by this dialogue. You can see 1, 2, 3 exclamatories. She's really enthusiastic about the washing powder because it's so brilliant. We can also see that she's reiterating the name of the product and the unique selling point, the brightness, that is repeated 3 times within that. It's interesting that it says that this will shake you. What that's doing is both reinforcing this cultural stereotype that wives and mothers are sort of passing down advice and the right way of doing things, so that a mother will teach their daughter how to be a good wife. In this case, they put a kind of twist on that by having the daughter, so the new housewife, so maybe we could say this indicates the audience is a little bit younger, like I said earlier. Perhaps this kind of housewife in her 20s has discovered this new exciting product, OMO, and she's saying, "Mum, the one that you've been using for years and years isn't good enough. This new product, this is going to shake things up. This is brighter than ever before." So it's kind of subverting that tradition of mothers handing down advice to their daughters about how to do these domestic tasks and saying, actually, if you could be an amazing mother, even better than your mother was, which is an odd message, but possibly what's being suggested here. And then it carries on. Yes, she's right about OMO. This wonderful new detergent really does add brightness to whiteness. So this is supposed to be the voice of OMO, the voice of the creator. So they're kind of saying, yeah, absolutely, it really does do it. There's that declarative there, convincing. This exciting new OMO brightness puts ordinary whiteness completely in the shade. Many powders get things clean and white. OMO does this and much more. OMO boiled whites are clean, white and bright as well. Yes, brilliantly bright. Today, millions of women insist on this extra OMO brightness every wash day. 1 packet and you'll be an OMO fan too. So, I mean, it's really hitting it over the head, isn't it? The repetition here of the unique selling point is so clear. Again, those exclamatories, this is really enthusiastic advertising. And the reference to their competitors. This is a crowded market, right? Laundry detergent, there's so many of them. So it's really important for them to emphasize what makes them better. And we've got the fact that this is not it's not an expensive product. It's not something that's a luxury. Everybody needs one, but they're the one that's going to give you your money's worth, right? If you use OMO, you are literally going to have this kind of extra special brightness. And then the reference to millions of women, such a direct reference there to the target audience, and this idea of identification and status, keeping up with those women, being as good as them. So I think I've got the verbal codes here, so that this would all be an example of the verbal code communicating meaning to the audience. It's called the anchorage because it explains the picture, and we've got the dialogue there linking precisely to the picture. And then I've just put the word brand here because I think the anchorage demonstrates and exposes the brand.